Hey there, it's Sandra D. I just wanted to say thank you for participating in the Living with Your Brand Archetypes program. It's been an honor to have you spend some time with me and to have you go through this introspective way of looking at your best qualities, your best strengths, and figuring out how that can be used as the very magnet to attract those ideal clients and customers into your business. So I know it was very helpful for me. I'm hoping that it's been helpful for you as well. As always, we have just 1 week left. Actually, this is our last week. And we're headed up on the last class. And I just wanted to cover a couple of things with you. As we're moving into this last class, I've asked you to keep your rough drafts and maybe try them on. The rough drafts for the statements of, I am a stand for. This is a really powerful one. Don't overlook this one because it really can give you some fire in your belly to keep you going at the times that you think you might want to quit. So what do you stand for? Really important. I'm an expert in that statement. Make sure that you phrase it and practice it by saying, I am an expert in. You review your brand promise and review your brand brilliance values. So those are the things that we have gone through mostly in the last class. And so I want you to just kind of rehearse those, try them on, and see how they feel. If something doesn't feel right, it doesn't mean that you failed. It just means that you can go back and do a little tweaking. Sometimes it's just one word that can make the biggest difference in having that push, that effect on you and on your system, and that yay, that's me versus not so good. So we want it to be yay, that's me. We want you to be excited about going out there and sharing your message and your business and your brand and being super, super confident that you're going to be attracting exactly who you want to. Now, moving into the last class, we're going to be looking at the touch points. So one of those touch points, and I said grab 3 that are on that list. You can even add a couple if you'd like, because I noticed that blogging and vlogging may not be on that list. So go ahead and feel free. If you have a touch point that you do in your business or that you want to do, go ahead and add that in there. And that's what we're going to work on in our last class. But that said, a touch point really can also be your, as some people call it, 30-second pitch, the hello, how are you, your brand ambassador statement, whatever you want to call that thing when somebody asks you, what do you do? So you can put that on your list if that's one of the things that you want to work on. In the meantime, I'm going to leave you with one quick tip. Since we mentioned the phrase, what do you do? I want to encourage you to not lead with that when you are networking. Here's why. You are much more able to kind of uniquely qualify the person you are talking to as to whether they might be a client, they might be a great referral for you, they might be a great partner in another way, or they may be somebody you can refer. But when you're networking, that's really what it's about, is getting to know the other person. And before you tell them what you do, see if you can pull out of them something about themselves without asking, what do you do? And here's why. That very phrase will put somebody into a box. Like it or not, that's kind of how it feels when somebody asks you, right? If somebody says, what do? You have the canned answer that you send out, but they're not really asking who you are. So I want to encourage you, if you're going networking for your business this week, that you consider asking something about the person versus what they do right off the bat. See if you can avoid them asking, what do you do right off the bat? Because that keeps things very superficial. You want to kind of know who somebody is. Let's face it, you're not going to refer somebody unless you know them anyway. So even if they are going to be a referral, not a client, you still want to get to know them. So ask a question like, what's the best thing that happened to you this week? Or what did you do this weekend? Or what are you doing for the holidays? Or what's the last picture you took on your cell phone? That's always a fun one. What are you most passionate about in your life? Or what's the funniest thing that happened to you this week? You can really start to ask some questions that may seem a little odd to start a conversation, but people would generally respond very genuinely and very kind of relieved that you didn't ask them the usual questions. Give it a try. It's really a way to start a conversation in a different way, and just think of getting to know who is in the room, not what they are or what they do, because for various reasons, people may not want to be put in a box. I don't want to be put in a box. So go ahead and find out who they are by asking that. Now, we'll have you prepared if somebody does get those words out to you. What do you do? By the end of this class, hopefully, if that's one of your touch points. So remember to just try on those phrases that we worked on, see what works for you, what doesn't, and I will see you in our last session together. Bye.